You got what you wanted, and it didn't fix anything. Not in the way you expected. You thought there would be a shift, that something inside you would settle, that things would feel clearer, and you would finally feel like you moved forward. But you don't. You look at it, and it feels smaller than you imagined. Not useless, just not what you thought it would be. And that's the part nobody prepares you for. Because the problem was never just the thing you were chasing. It was what you thought it would fix. Before you got it, everything pointed toward it. You organized your thinking around it. You told yourself, once this happens, things will be different. And that gave you direction. It gave you movement. It gave you something to focus on. But once it's done, that structure disappears. The goal is no longer in front of you, it's behind you. And now there is nothing carrying you forward in the same way. That's why it feels empty. Not because it means nothing, because it stops organizing your life. When you're chasing something, you don't just want the result, you use it to justify everything else. The effort, the waiting, the decisions you delay, it gives everything a place. Once you have it, that framework collapses. Now you have the result, but not the structure that came with pursuing it. And that creates a gap. You expected satisfaction, but what you get instead is silence. No urgency, no pressure, no clear next step. So you start questioning. Was this even what I wanted? Why doesn't this feel different? What was all that effort for? Nothing is actually wrong, but your expectation doesn't match your experience. And that's where the confusion starts. Because you weren't just chasing the outcome, you were also chasing the feeling you attached to it. Relief, clarity, confidence. You thought the result would create those, but those were never guaranteed. The result is external. The feeling you expected is internal, and one doesn't automatically produce the other. That's why it feels like nothing changed. Because in the place where you expected change, nothing actually happened. So now you're in a strange position. You reach something you wanted, but you don't feel how you thought you would. And that makes it hard to trust the next goal. Because now you're seeing what happens. You put effort in, you reach it, and it doesn't resolve anything the way you expected. So you hesitate. Not because you don't want more, because you're not sure it will matter. That's the real shift, not in your result, in how you relate to them. And this is where most people go wrong again. They try to fix it the same way. They set a new goal, bigger, better, more meaningful, hoping this one will feel different. But the structure repeats. You chase, you organize your life around it, you reach it, and this same gap shows up. Because the issue isn't the size of the goal, it's the expectation you attach to it. You expect an external result to change your internal state. And when it doesn't, it feels like something is missing. Nothing is missing. You just separated the two. The result can change your situation, but it doesn't automatically change how you experience it. That part comes from how you move after, what you build from it, how you continue. Without that, everything ends at the result. And once it ends, so does the structure that was carrying you. This is why it feels like nothing changed. Not because it didn't matter, because you expected to complete something that it was never designed to complete. So now you have a choice. You can keep chasing the next thing, hoping it finally feels different, or you can see it clearly. The result is not the finish line, it's just the point you reached. What matters is what happens after. If nothing follows it, everything will always feel incomplete. You got what you wanted, and it didn't change anything. Because the change you expected was never in the thing itself.